my setup that I have going on right now. It's running completely on vapors right now. Right there, I had to kind of cap off the hole and just poke little holes in it to make it so that there's a proper airflow through it, because if this is fully open, then vapor will escape out of it because there's not enough air being drawn through to prevent that from happening. So I had to connect up these solenoid valves right there. Those are so I can control the fuel from inside of my car. I have the electronic solenoid valves, and then I also have a manual valve to shut it off manually when I'm out here doing testing. So that's a nice option to have. What I have here is a valve that goes over here to this reservoir test tank. Right now, doesn't really matter, but got about 2 cups of gas in there. And then what I did is I came over here to this fuse box and pulled out this relay right here, which goes to my fuel injectors. It's either my fuel injectors or fuel pump, I don't know, one or the other. Either way, cuts the gas off. I'll need to look it up and see exactly what one it goes to, but it cuts the gas off and my car will die when it's not running on vapors. So this can be completely out when I'm running on vapors, as you can see. It'll work just fine. I'll put it back in because on this test drive that I'm gonna do, my float switch isn't working, so I have to manually control the amount of gas that's going in there. There we go. And basically how it works is the flow switch is connected up to the float switch and the solenoid for the exhaust to flow through this gas container, or the vaporizer container. They're connected to a toggle switch. I got this right here just to hold my head down while I'm driving, because I need to modify that hose going to the air intake, from the vaporizer to the air intake, and make it so that it'll work for my car. But I've been running off of this vapor. I haven't put any gas in. I put gas in it one time, and I've been running off this vapor. I took a drive around the block. I've been running off of, I would guess it's about 2 cups of vapor, or of gasoline. Been doing it for, I don't know, 20 minutes or so now. I took a drive around and stuff, and I just wanted to show you guys. But this right here, these are gauges. They're thermostats that I have. This little one right here at the top, I have a sensor connected to my spark plug to read the cylinder head temperature. When I ordered it, I got it in and it didn't work from the get-go, so I gotta get a new one of those. This one does work. I don't have power connected to it right now because I'm bypassing it so that I can just manually control that solenoid valve for the exhaust by flipping that switch down there. So that one's to the exhaust, and the solenoid and float switch for my vaporizer container. This one right here is for the solenoid valves that shut off my fuel going to my engine. Right now it's off. If I turn it on, my car will probably die. Well, it gives it a boost, and then you hear that little boost. Just that teeny little bit really helped out. But yeah, so that'll turn the fuel on and off. This right here, that will turn fuel on, so it lets fuel go into my vaporizer container. It'll go in pretty fast, so I don't really like messing with that. But okay, let's see if I can manage to hold this camera and take it for a spin and all that kind of stuff. This isn't a manual car, so not automatic. But as you can see, I'm still just running on gas vapor. Can't wait till I get a new flow switch, and that pisses me off because I just barely got it. And it's already didn't work from the get-go, so I'll just order one of the cheap ones that I got. So that worked pretty good for I don't know, a month or two before it got too hot and burned up. But do a little drive around here. Just around my neighborhood. I had a tripod mount, put this camera on. I was gonna set on the back seat so that I can have a full view of everything. But I had it on my counter and one of my little kids got a hold of it and busted it. So this will have to work for now. Oh, there she goes. She died. Must be getting low on vapor in that container. Been running long enough to get low, so. The adjustment for the air to fuel ratio is pretty sensitive. I need to put more in there, I think. Oh yeah, that boosted it good. Just flip that switch as you could hear it to let a little bit of fuel into that container. Didn't have it on for very long. Yeah, and that's what it was. Gave me a good boost again. Flipped it on for a couple seconds and flipped it off. Well, this is kind of a view of where I live. Nice mountains and stuff. Just a couple miles away from a reservoir. Can do some nice fishing. I drive up the canyon, take my four-wheeler out here. Go riding around once in a while. But once I get it dialed in on this thing, I'll put it on my four-wheeler and see how she does there. Or make one for my four-wheeler and I'll put it on that. But nice and snowy here. Warmed up the last couple days, so it melted all the snow off the driveways and whatnot. So it's kind of nice. Starting to get tired of snow. Seems like every time I go to work on my vaporizer, it's snowing. Or go to do a test drive and it's super foggy outside. It's just been a crazy year for fog. Holy cow! Almost the last like month or so. Whenever I woke up in the morning, holy cow! It's just. Sometimes I get off work at 1:30 at night or 1:30 in the morning, and it's so foggy I can't see like 5 feet in front of me. Got to take it really slow when I go home. But alright, see my low fuel lights on. Don't know if you can see that or not. There we go, you can see it lit up. But yeah, run off of vapor. I had to open it up to let a little bit of gas in, and as you can see, just from letting it sit open for like 2 seconds, it's still running. But go. Okay, so right here, this is the little T that I have made here. I have it connected. Basically, I got a piece of 3-inch pipe, made a mounting bracket, mounted a throttle. I got a spare throttle body from the junkyard, mounted it on top, mounted this tube down here onto the throttle body that goes into my car, put a gasket in there, just cinched it up like that. And then what I do is I just connected these two throttle bodies together. Luckily they have this little piece that sticks out on the end. I just connected it with some zip ties to set my ratios right, so that the butterfly valves open a little bit while I'm idling. And then, as you can see, like when I push on the gas, they work in sync with each other. So that's my secondary air inlet. I have it closed off right now, and I just have all the air running through the vaporizer, through those little holes. We'll be doing all right. But there you have it. If you guys enjoyed it, once I get that float switch in, then I can really do some testing. I was afraid that with this solenoid valve right here, because it needs like 1 psi of pressure to let the liquid flow through, I wasn't sure if it would or not. But when I have this container connected up to it and I open up this valve right here, it does let it flow through just fine. So that's a wonderful thing. But once I get that new float switch, I will connect it, but just right here pisses me off, but that's where the float switch goes right there. But man, stinking little things here and there, it's just extremely irritating, but life goes on. So peace out, have fun, be safe, guys. Definitely be safe. I did catch this on fire once, just so you guys know, doing one of my tests, because on this end right here I didn't have a back flash arrestor. And it blew a big old flame out through there. And what had happened is, because the float switch wasn't working, I manually filled this up with gas, and gas kind of splashed all over the place. And when that flame blew out right here, it ignited the vapors that were in the air and then caught this hose on fire. When I had it wrapped in an anti-corrosive black, like electrical type tape. So you got to be careful. Do the proper precautions and set things up properly so that doesn't happen. I figured that would probably happen, so I had a fire extinguisher by my side, and I was able to put it out pretty fast. So no flame entered inside my vaporizer container, because I have that flashback arrestor right here at the vaporizer, so that was perfectly fine. It was just right here, and because there was gas on the hose, that caught on fire a little bit. So you got to be safe, guys. Be careful. You have all the right back flash arrestors and stuff like that. And yeah, but I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, when I can do a mileage test with this little setup, keep the app on and be safe.